Hi, everybody, and good Thursday to you. Could we get a petition going to maybe just either erase January 2014 from the record and history books and pretend it never happened? Probably could. Might even get somewhere with it. The cold is going to continue to keep its grips and grasps on eastern Kentucky, much of the nation. Another chance of some accumulating snow is in the forecast. A wind chill advisory for basically all of us, and it shows actually no intention of going anywhere. Now, on a good day, on a normal day, mind you, it's always nice to have a couple of hours to prep and prepare for the show. Tonight, I'm about an hour and a half shy of that. Doesn't mean we don't have news to cover this evening. Indeed, we do. I understand that a McGoffin County couple were able to get out of their burning home last night and escape with their lives and uninjured, even though they lost everything they had. But perhaps they did so because of some family pets, which alerted them to a fire which had already erupted in their home. We'll talk with a fireman who responded last night and tell you more about the story. I also spoke with the fireman slash head coach as he serves double duty tonight, but we'll speak with McGoffin County Lady Hornet head coach Scott Castle about another night off they got tonight after having to cancel a road game due to weather conditions, and how the Lady Hornets are faring, what all this time off is doing to their schedule and their momentum, so to speak. And the Kentucky Department of Transportation, as I reminded you yesterday evening, was in Salyersville today. They were here at 5 o'clock to present plans for the widening of Restaurant Row, as it's been commonly referred to here in Salyersville. Now, I went up beforehand. I have a glimpse of that map. I'll give you an idea as to what their plans are, the significant number of businesses which will be eliminated as a result, some which may not be helped in regards to how the plans are laid out. And I'll give you just a bit of a heads up tonight with more to come on the report tomorrow, as I left a camera there to film and hear some remarks by all those who were in attendance. So that all is what's on tap tonight. With your weather, just briefly tonight, high pressure building east into the region tonight, and it has ushered polar vortex, I've gotten that wrong all season. Polar vortex and reinforcement of Arctic air mass are two phrases that I think we're just ready to be done with. But nevertheless, this high has ushered in a reinforcement of Arctic air mass over the region. Lows tonight are expected to be back down into the 5 below 0 to 3 above 0 range for many folks in eastern Kentucky and elsewhere. And despite the high building in, west to northwest winds are expected to remain in the 5 to 10 mile an hour range for most of the night, and combined with the cold temperatures to bring wind chill values as low as 5 to 15 below 0 yet again. Your latest update and current observation in a few moments. At the start of the show, we were at 11 degrees, and a little arrow is pointed down. That means we're falling from a high today of 19 degrees. Now, 11 is so far our low. We fared pretty well during the overnight and stayed here at the newsroom at a 12-degree low, which is much better than the night before. Now, currently at 11 degrees with a 4-mile-an-hour wind, that's a wind chill of 0 already, and this is an early take of current observations. Keep in mind that we've also had a peak wind of 11 miles an hour, and we're right now at a relatively sustained 4 miles per hour. Now, you factor in that we are expected well to be below the 10 to maybe minus 15 wind chill area before the night's over. As for highs tomorrow, well, they should reach and may reach the upper teens to lower 20s for a lot of us. Temperatures are expected to moderate somewhat over the upcoming weekend, with some locations reaching near or just above freezing on Saturday. Most locations climbing above freezing for a few hours maybe on Sunday. With this warming, however, will come a threat of some wintry precipitation, especially from late tomorrow evening through Saturday afternoon. Accumulating snow is expected during that time. Right now, 1 to 3 inches. And if we follow patterns as of recent days, well, usually we're on the lower side of the scale as far as predictions. We were not last time, a few days ago. This time there's no reason to think that we won't be again either. We'll talk about that chance of snow, how much we may actually see, and how this Arctic air is going to stick around for more than we would like in just a few moments. And then our other top stories are going to follow. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Don McFarland. I want to be your family lawyer. If you've been injured on the job, if you're interested in getting your Social Security disability or SSI benefits, or if you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, or basically, if a car wreck has caused you to suffer pain, then pick up the phone and call Donald Wayne. 349-9000.
Faster, friendlier, family-owned Parkway Pharmacy, open 8:30 till 6:30 Monday through Friday in the new McGoffin Medical Plaza under the care of local pharmacist Jesse Rudd. To make Parkway Pharmacy your pharmacy, come by or give us a call at 349-4400.
Howdy, Hatfield. I reckon I'll take my pig back.
Ain't your pig.
Yeah, it is.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is, and I can prove it. Ma, I just sent a picture of our missing pig. Tell everybody it's time to start feuding.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
I guess ain't gonna be no feud. Real nice picture, though.
We'll put it on Instagram.
Appalachian Wireless is 4G. Great pictures, video, text, and talk. Bigger savings, better service. That's today's Appalachian Wireless.
Game time means wing time at Lee's, and that means it's time for you to try our new buffalo wings. I can't tell you our secret, but I can tell you they're marinated and then rolled in our famous, albeit a little spicy, crispy chicken batter and served up with any of our 7 delectable sauces. So get your hands on a meal or a box today at your Salyersville Lee's famous recipe, where no one does chicken like we do chicken. From time and money saving services like their overdraft protection, telephone and online banking services, to finding the right home, college, or car loan, to personalized checking and savings accounts designed around your exact needs, Salyersville National Bank is still your best choice and the same locally owned and operated bank that's been looking out for your family's financial health since 1902. Salyersville National, restoring the piggy bank population one savings at a time.
At the end of every race, Mark Martin hangs up his driving gloves. He hangs up his fire suit. And he hangs up his helmet. Which is why he picks up his phone and opens the ER Extra app. The app shows ER Extra wait times, locations, and more. It's the one safeguard Mark Martin is never without. ER Extra at Paul B. Hall Regional Medical Center. Extra fast, extra easy, extra great.
Very early this morning, while most everyone was well fast asleep, hopefully warm in your beds, a McGoffin County couple was awoken first to the sound of a barking pet and then to the smell of smoke and sight of flames inside their residence. The good news is the children were at a family member's residence, and I'm told because of some electrical issues that they had been experiencing in the home. As a result of those, they were using a kerosene heater for a secondary heat source. Assistant Chief Scott Castle of the Middle Fork Fire Department tells me that Sean Keaton and his wife and children live in this mobile home just past Scotts Branch, Fritz Church in the Middle Fork area, and that last night they were awoken by their family pet or pets, and that alerted them to the fire that was already well established inside their residence. It's unsure as to what exactly caused the blaze, but possibly the combination of either some faulty electric or an alternative kerosene heat source.
Typically when we get a call over in the Largarnet area, we're able to cross the Largarnet Hill. But this morning, due to the weather, we had to go down Route 3337 across, which delayed our response time. The owners were both outside, and had a chance to speak with the owner. Owner was Sean Keaton. He indicated that he was heard his dogs barking, and he got up. At that point, he saw flames and smoke inside the house. He proceeded to wake his wife up and get the one dog and proceed outside in order to call dispatch.
And he says the one dog because at the time last night, or technically early this morning, it was under Castle's impression that they had 2 dogs, but had only found one at that time. Now, while I was on scene today, I was unable to find the Keatons anywhere in the area to find out more details about the total experience for them. And even though they've lost everything they had, how fortunate they are to have gotten out with their lives, and certainly how fortunate it was that they had decided to let the kids stay elsewhere during the overnight hours. So if they're watching or someone in the family and you would like to call us to give us another account or some more information, please feel free to do so. But as Castle referred to, road conditions, which worsened greatly overnight, played a key role in their response time last evening. Parts of Middle Fork, Largarnet Hill, still a bit sketchy today, but we're just positively treacherous last night, especially for a several-ton fire truck with water in tow. Castle confirms that the structure was uninsured, that they indeed lost basically everything that they owned, but were able to, of course, get themselves out safely and at least one, if not both, of their pets. We also understand that Mrs. Keaton was actually to get up early this morning in response to a job interview in Mount Sterling. More top stories in just a few moments, and as I said, if anyone in the family or if the Keatons are watching and would like to share more of their story or need any assistance, please give us a call. I just simply had no idea how to reach them earlier today. But going on, it's time for tonight's McGoffin County Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar with the following announcements. Well, here's a little something to possibly warm your heart. It's a few days away, but, well, not really when you look at the calendar, I suppose. Not that far off. The annual Burning Fork Community Church Sweetheart Banquet has been set for Saturday, February the 8th, the Saturday before Valentine's Day. Hundreds of folks taking this meal every year, a wonderful salad, steak, fixed any way you want it, or chicken, either one, baked potato, all the fixings, drinks, and your choice of a full room of homemade desserts. So keep that in mind. It's $16 per adult. Kids eat half price, and you'll want to make reservations. That's how you get in. So you can start doing so by calling. I don't have the number on there, but I'll get it on over the next couple of days. 349-6400 is the number to call. That's Saturday, February the 8th, 3 till 8:30 for the Burning Fork Community Church's annual Sweetheart Banquet there at the church. It's a wonderful evening. And this just in from our friends at the McGoffin County Extension Service. They've got set for Monday, February the 10th. I know this is a few days off, but wanted to give you a heads up. An indoor photography workshop. Now, this doesn't just mean that you're going to be indoors when you do it, which is certainly nice this time of year, but it's about shooting photography indoors for events such as awards programs, graduations, things of that nature. It's Monday, February the 10th, 6 o'clock at the Extension office. Bring your camera, your manual, yourself, maybe some friends and family of like-minded crafts and interests, and join them for an indoor photography workshop. Now, they've also got their next Lunch and Learn session set entitled Being Simply Vegetarian, but that's not until the 28th, so I've got a few days to remind you about that, and I will do so. With that said, here's a reminder that this is how you get announcements on our program for free, as always, and always the best way to let everyone know what you've got going on. And we love birthdays and anniversaries and special announcements, and that's in that area. I don't know where I'm going with that as well. So get them to us. That's the bottom line, and we'll let everybody know what you've got planned or who you want to wish a special birthday or anniversary to. Meanwhile, funeral service announcements for this Thursday, the 23rd of January, are brought to you on behalf of our friends at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and McGoffinCountyFuneralHome.com, with a single listing tonight in honor of 81-year-old Edna Mann Blanton of Coon Creek here in McGoffin County, who passed away on yesterday's date. She survived by her husband Owen Blanton and daughter Winna Burnett. Visitation is this evening at any time prior to services. They begin tomorrow afternoon at 1 in her honor, and both visitation and services will be from the McGoffin County Funeral Home Chapel. Burial will follow services at the Moses Howard Cemetery at Coon Creek. The 2014 Terexes are in with a newly redesigned 800cc power plant and a new 2-seat configuration. And the XP1000 is on the ground. 107 horsepower and a world-class suspension, plus Polaris financing as low as 2.99%, 5.99 for up to 72 months. But it's only good till the end of the year at Connolly's Kawasaki and Polaris of Paintsville.
This is John at Premier Motor Sales in Paintsville. I know everyone out there is not want to spend $400 or $500 a month on a payment on a used car. If you come to Paintsville, that probably ain't going to happen, because at Premier Motor Sales we sell quality used cars at a fair price. Here's an example, a 2005 Toyota RAV4. We had it listed for $98.50, just marked it down to $88.50. It's going to be a great payment vehicle. So if you're looking for a good buy on a used car or truck or SUV, come see us. Call us at 297-4121.
Start off the new year with some brand new duds. Regardless of how hard you have to work or how hard you want to play, If you're stepping out or if it's what you're stepping in, Red's Boot Barn has got you covered with work, play, and western boots by Muck, Ariat, Red Wing, Blackjack, and more, and winter and western wear by Wrangler, Ariat, Miss Me, Outback, and Carhartt, just to name a few. Happy 2014 from everyone at Red's Boot Barn in Salyersville. Love is in the air at the seasonal shop with something sweet for all your hearts. With cute $5 or $10 custom Valentines perfect for the kids at school and other adorable cuddly candy bouquets just perfect for everyone. And they've got the finest in Whitman's chocolates and more ways to say I love you than you can imagine throughout the store. Fashionable and fan favorite handbags and jewelry for her. Absolutely anything and everything UK for him, and even Big Blue for the cutest of Valentines. And just in, sassafras burlap designs in monogram doormats and garden flags to say welcome. All this and so much more only at Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Salyersville.
January is Employee Month at Hutch Chevrolet, as you will buy like a Hutch employee. You pay what we pay.
Hello, this is Earl Justice. Hutch Chevrolet is introducing a new way to buy a new car. It's the Hutch Easy Pay plan. It will cut your payments up to 40% every month, just like the new 2014 Chevy Equinox. Don't pay over $500 per month. Now with the new Hutch Easy Pay, only $325.08 a month. Get to Hutch Chevrolet GMC, Paintsville, Kentucky. Isn't it time for you to buy Hutch?
It's definitely the pie that sets it apart from everything you've ever known, tasted, or loved about a Reese's Cup or a DQ Blizzard. Real Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, creamy vanilla soft serve, and a real crunchy graham pie crust that gives it the texture and taste you'll never forget. But hurry, because it's the Blizzard of the month at your Salyersville Dairy Queen. I'll have more on this story tomorrow, but I did go up ahead of the meeting time where I got to take a look at some plans that were presented by the Kentucky Department of Transportation today in regards to their plans to four-lane, what we commonly refer to as Restaurant Row here in Salyersville, the business district on the Mountain Parkway or at the very end of it. I do have that depiction in the map that I videoed for you right now, which includes a very good idea as to what they plan on doing, how they plan on widening the access roads they plan on implementing, and the several businesses which will be no more as a result of being taken in order to make more room for the bigger roadway. Now, this is a bit hurried, and I'll go into it into much more detail and description tomorrow, but this gives you a good idea as to what those business owners and other individuals who were in attendance this evening were presented with. Now, we'll begin at the what we call the Catholic Church red lights there before you get to the cut through, and then we'll travel east towards Floyd County. And this, of course, is that red light. You can see at that red light going to the top of your screen to the left, that will be Parkway Drive, coming from downtown Salyersville and getting on to the Parkway. There is the red light. You can see how the interchange itself is much wider, and you can also see that if you go through that red light, that will take you onto the bypass road. You can also see up to the top and right of your screen another bypass road. And then we'll push play and then slowly follow the roadway as it makes its way east. And you're going to just kind of have to follow and bear with me. But that to the top of your screen is a little harder to understand. That is an access road, and it goes around a couple of the residences there. There you see it will go behind the McGoffin County Health Department with a retaining wall there depicted in front of the health department building. Towards the bottom of your screen is the other bypass road, so to speak, that will allow motorists to get to businesses on that side of the parkway. And if you follow it along, you'll start to begin here and there and see structures which are depicted in a bright yellow. Those are buildings and or businesses or structures which will be taken by the acquisition of land for the widening. There you'll see the first one to the top of your screen. That will be not the business itself, but the drive-through portion of the Family Bank, I believe it is, there on the Mountain Parkway, making your way a little further down. And there are going to be some surprises, I believe, for some landowners. There was for a few of us, including this one here in particular. This was, in the last depiction, designed to be another red light, which was going to be a four-way stop, which would take you all traffic, and that would take you down to the current bypass road in front of the Lee's, the Dairy Queen, the Classic Donuts, all those businesses. That has been eliminated. That will be one of the questions I can promise you'll be posed to designers tonight. as to why there is no access there. It's going to be a long way on either end to get to all of these businesses on this side of the parkway. There you can see a part of what used to be the hotel there that was owned by Sheriff Carson Montgomery, which is, of course, destroyed by the tornado. That to be taken on up and to the top of your screen, a couple of mobile homes there that will be taken by the acquisition of property. Following along, you can see the main 4-lane, and then, of course, you can see the road way on the bottom of your screen, the bypass road. More structures which will begin to be taken. And as I pause to get my bearings, that will be Mi Hacienda, the larger one there. To the left will be the small little metal building which has been constructed but never used. And the other one is the car lot there, the former Cars R Us, that's no longer in use. But all those structures to be taken. Mi Hacienda, of course, one of them, as I said. But traveling on, you can just continue to follow the path. Certainly a much greater thoroughfare, and that's what everyone has been clamoring for so many years. And then, of course, also it has the funding now, or the potential funding, we hope, of $750 million that the governor is proposing. Other structures, and let me back my camera up just a bit, if you'll bear with me 1 second. I know this is a little rough, but this is just literally coming in and hot off the presses. Now, the next red light, a 4-way stop, and if you'll notice, and I don't really have it videoed very well, but over to the bottom right of your screen, you'll start to see just a little bit of a yellow shaded area. That is the Dollar General store, which was taken. There's several other structures that are also going to be taken. Don's Superlube, the new building, which was constructed on the Blanton property there, that was actually blown down twice during construction for a tornado, is to be taken. Further on up, Puckett's Truck Stop, which we were already aware of, is to be taken. The physical therapy building, and a few others, all to just name, and I believe that's most of them that are going to be taken in lieu of acquiring property that will be wide enough to make way for the 4-laning project. Once again, this is totally preliminary. This is the sketch that they had, and this so far they say, or so I understand, are the plans with their intent to use them at this point. I don't know. I'm not sure what the input will have on them tonight. I'm sure that there's going to be some questions raised about a couple of aspects that I've already drawn attention to. With that said, we'll find out more when I have a complete story for you on tomorrow night. One other top story this evening, I can tell you what's not happening tonight. The Lady Hornets were scheduled to travel to Boyd County this evening, and due to weather conditions there, specifically the parking lot area, I am told, well, that game's not going on as scheduled. But head coach Scott Castle tells me that that's not as important as district games, which they definitely want to try to get in each and every one they can before tournament time, which will be here before you know it.
At this point in the season, we've won 13 games, lost 4 games. We've lost 3 of those 4 by a total of 14 points, I believe. We lost the Harlan Independent game by 3 points. We lost the Powell County game by 4 points, and that was at Powell County. And then we played Harlan County the first time at the Shelby Valley tournament, I believe, and they beat us 7. Of course, we were able to get revenge and beat Harlan in the WYMT tournament the first round. And of course, we faced a Bell County team in the championship game at the WYMT tournament. And that was one game that we'd like to take off paper and kind of forget about. But, you know, we played a lot of games in a row, and we came out, shots wasn't called. They were able to hit shots, and you know, it's just one of those nights.
And tonight, they got another practice session in. Castle says that it's good and bad. It kind of slows their momentum, so to speak, but it does give them time to rest.
Get our legs back under us. I know after we played the Sheldon Clark game, we actually gave the kids 4 or 5 days off, and actually came in the day that we played Shelby Valley just to get back in the gym and get some shots up. We were scheduled to go to Boyd County tonight. Boyd County could not get the parking lot clean, so we're going to try to make that game up. But you know, with the district games at this point in the season, those are the most important. So as long as we can get our district games in, you know, we're going to do that, and then worry about the main games.
And only just a moment or two to put in your Licking Valley RECC forecast. Right now, 9 degrees and falling outside the newsroom. Nope, Check that, 8 degrees and falling outside the newsroom if you're watching the early show. Still 3-mile-an-hour winds, which puts us around 0 for wind chill. Temperatures are going to continue to fall. Actually, we have a low expected of 2 degrees and might even see a 0 or 2 out there in the viewing area, which means that with winds out there persisting at anywhere from 3 to 8, 10 miles an hour, wind chill factors will drop to -9, -10, sometimes even greater than that. It's going to be another brutally cold evening that we sadly have started to become accustomed to. Is that proper? Even though you don't like it, can you get used to it and not like it? We are under a wind chill advisory in effect from 7 p.m. this evening through 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for a reinforcing shot of Arctic air, allowing temperatures to fall to 0 near dawn tomorrow, combined with those west and northwest winds that just won't go away, 5 to 10 miles per hour. There's your Friday forecast, 21 at best, a low of 15. Sunny, it's going to be deceiving looking out the glass through from the home of the car, wherever you are, but it's still going to be cold. Wind chill factors are still going to be down to the single digits, if not below, on tomorrow throughout much of the day. And then snow moves in late tomorrow night. Right now the forecast is calling for 1 to 3 inches of the white stuff for everyone in the viewing area from late Friday night into your Saturday. Snow likely mainly before noon. We might see close to that freezing mark, but with it we're going to see another wintry blast possibly in lieu of some snow showers that could accumulate, and we'll see maybe the 32, maybe even the 35-degree range on your Sunday before the bottom falls out of it all over again, and we're back to maybe the upper teens, low 20s on Monday's forecast. Well, a little bit of a hurried program, but I think we got it all in there. We've got a great deal more to cover tomorrow night. I hope to see you then. For now, stay warm, and thank you for watching.